And President Trump announcing he has no plans to extend his tariff pause on the 9th. In 3 days, the pause officially expiring, and to prepare, he says, finally, for real reciprocal tariffs, 20%, 40%, even 50% tariffs coming tomorrow. We're going to show you also CNN stunned after learning the results of new polling showing the vast majority of Americans still support deporting all undocumented immigrants, even after Alligator Alcatraz. CNN hosts just flabbergasted by this. This was great. We'll show you and more stories as well from around the country. But before we get started, thank you for liking and sharing these videos. It really helps out the channel. And consider subscribing if you appreciate these regular updates.
My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day. Waiting for a long time. April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again.
87 days ago today, President Trump announced Liberation Day, the end to the 50-year reign of America being the piggy bank, he said, of the rest of the world. Politicians from both parties, both sides of the aisle, praising free trade for years. Yet never in those 50 years did we actually have real free trade. Instead, every country could import to the U.S. free of charge, but they wouldn't let their citizens import from us free of charge. In return for U.S. generosity, virtually every country imposed tariffs on us. We allowed Brazil, for instance, to export freely into the U.S. In return, they slapped U.S. imports with a 30% levy. All U.S. equipment, machinery, medical devices, Brazil taxed around 30%, and so many other examples of this. For decades, nobody mentioned it. Nobody talked about it. Politicians didn't seem to even notice it happening right under their noses. Our trade deficit ballooned from $500 billion to almost $1 trillion, then reaching over $1.2 trillion in 2024, last year. That is how much we're losing on trade. That is, until Donald Trump came to town 3 months ago, announcing a Liberation Day intended to equalize, he said, with every other country. If you charge 50% tariffs, we're charging you as well. The idea was to equalize, make it fair. Well, we all know what happened next. Mayhem unfolded in D.C. and on Wall Street. The stock market crashed. Talking heads losing their minds. Not us, not on this channel. It was enough to get all of these countries 3 months ago, 87 of our best trading partners, to immediately call, immediately begin flying to the White House, begin negotiating. And Trump said, fine, I'll take you at your word. I'll give you all 90 days to equalize and cut a new trade deal. After 90 days, if you fail to get it done, the reciprocal tariffs are going back into effect. Well, Wednesday, this week, next week, in 3 days, is day 90. The pause officially over.
All right, so July 9th is coming up. What are you going to do about the end of the pause in the tariffs?
It's so simple. We're sending letters out. I'd rather do it now. My guys, hey, I have great guys, Scott, Howard, other people, Jameson. They're talking to all these countries. We made a deal pretty much with India. We made a deal with China. We made a deal with UK, great people. We made deals. But I'd rather just send them a letter, a very fair letter, saying, congratulations, we're going to allow you to trade in the United States of America. You're going to pay a 25% tariff or a 20% or a 40 or 50%. I would rather do that. So when I get around... Are you saying you're not
going to extend the pause?
I don't think I'll need to, because I could. There's no big deal. It's like TikTok. I'm extending that. But what I want to do is, and what I will do just sometime prior to the 9th, is we'll send a letter to all these countries. There's 200 countries. You can't talk to all of them. No matter how many people you have, you can't talk to all of them. We'll send a letter and we'll say we would consider it a great honor, and this is what you'll have to do to shop in the United States. We're like a department store, to shop in the United States. and you'll pay a 25% tariff, and we wish you a lot of luck. And that's the end of the trade deal. Because we have something that nobody has. But if I didn't get elected, I'm telling you, we wouldn't have had a country left. You know that better than anybody. Nobody covers it better than you. If I didn't turn this thing around, this big ship around, we turned it around. Just like those ships coming out of China, they were coming and loaded, and in the middle of the ocean, they were forced to go back because at 145% tariff, Walmart, nobody wanted their product.
These letters going out tomorrow. Trump saying we're going to learn tomorrow the new tariff, the new reciprocal tariff rate for each of these countries. The letters will be made public tomorrow on Monday, probably 12 letters, 12 different countries. Roll the tape.
I did. I signed some letters, and they'll go out on Monday, probably 12. 12 different amounts of money, different amounts of tariffs, and somewhat different statements.
Mr. President, which countries will receive those letters on Monday?
You'll be announced. I have to announce it on Monday. I can't do it.
And this happening right when markets are breaking their all-time record highs. The S&P 500 hitting multiple new record highs this week. Will these tariffs affect that? Let me know what you think. In another story, new polling showing how Americans are feeling about Trump's mass deportation agenda. CNN very interested in seeing these numbers after the launch of Alligator Alcatraz. You just know they were expecting Trump to lose support because of that, for this issue overall to lose support for months. The question on whether you support deporting every last illegal alien has overwhelming support, majority support. So did Trump's trip to the new Alligator Alcatraz change anyone's mind? Do Americans still support this? Yes, they do. And overwhelmingly, CNN left flabbergasted. Roll the tape.
Documented immigrants. So we have slightly different questions, but these were all taken within the last month. And there's real uniformity here. That's what I really think you see. You see real uniformity. Deporting all immigrants who are here illegally, 55% the New York Times, Marquette 64%, CBS News 57%, ABC News with a slightly different question, 56%. So what you're seeing essentially here is a very clear indication that a majority of Americans, in fact, when they're asked this blunt question, which I believe gets at the underlying feelings, do in fact want to deport all immigrants who are here illegally. There's no arguing with these different numbers because they're all essentially the same across 4 different polls.
Let me know what you think about this. Do you support Trump's mass deportation plan to deport 10 to 15 million illegals? We know the one big beautiful bill he just passed gives him the resources to do it. $170 billion appropriated, a lot of money. That's a lot of money appropriated to immigration and customs enforcement. That's a lot of tax money, folks. Let's hope they can get it done. And based on Trump's track record, I think they will.